On my wedding day, just as I was about to say my vows, my maid of honor stood up and announced she was pregnant with my husband's baby. 300 guests gasped, but instead of crying, I smiled and said, "I've been waiting for you to finally tell everyone the truth." Her face went pale. She had no idea what was coming next. My wedding day. It was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. Instead, it became the day I watched my happily ever after burn to the ground, only to rise from the ashes like a damn phoenix. You think you know betrayal? You think you've seen a shocking twist? Try standing at the altar, looking into the eyes of the man you love, when your maid of honor drops a bombshell that redefines cheating, injustice, and absolute, soul-crushing obliteration. The church, oh God, it was breathtaking. White roses everywhere, cascading down the altar, their petals scattered along the aisle like freshly fallen snow. Golden sunlight streamed through the stained glass windows, painting everything in warm, sacred hues. The string quartet played softly, a beautiful, hopeful melody, as 200 guests watched me walk toward what I genuinely believed was my future. My heart wasn't just beating, it was hammering against my ribs, but it was the good kind of racing. Pure, unadulterated joy. Colton, my Colton, stood there at the altar. He looked so perfect in his tailored black tuxedo, his dark eyes locked on mine. He even looked a little nervous, which just made me smile. Even after 3 incredible years together, I still made him nervous. The pastor opened his Bible, his voice warm and comforting. "We are gathered here today to witness the union of Colton James Wellington and Anna Rose Derrick in holy matrimony." I squeezed Colton's hands. They were sweaty, I remember. So sweaty. "Do you, Colton, take Anna to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold, in sickness and in health? For richer or poorer, for better or worse, till death do you part?" "I do." His voice cracked slightly. A tiny, almost imperceptible break. Then the pastor turned to me. "Do you, Anna, take Colton to be your lawfully wedded husband? To have and to hold, in sickness and wait?" That voice. It cut through the sacred silence like a goddamn blade. Every single head in that church whipped around. Gasps rippled through the congregation, a wave hitting the shore. My maid of honor, Karen Oscar, stood up from her place at the altar. Karen. The woman I'd known since kindergarten. The woman I trusted with every secret, every fear, every dream. She wore the dusty rose bridesmaid dress we picked out together, but her face was twisted with something so ugly, something I'd never, ever seen before. "I can't let this happen," she announced, her voice carrying to every single corner of that church. "Anna, you need to know the truth." My dad, bless his heart, half rose from his seat in the front pew. My mom, though, she grabbed his arm, her knuckles white. The whispers started immediately, a low, buzzing sound that just grew louder and louder by the full story added in below.